Shalom, Nesha Allah. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this great gospel in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Tazakai from Great Millstone, Cincinnati, coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Got an article here from govtech.com, which the brother GMS Watchman, he pretty much I got the link from him, one of his previous videos. So we're gonna get into it. It says Lorman on cybersecurity and infrastructure, chip implants, the next big privacy debate. Some say we will all eventually be chipped. Others say never. Let the privacy, legal, technical, professional, medical, security, political, religion, and also personal battles begin, because ultimately all those pretty much like all those subjects basically are going to be implemented in just that chip, that mark of the beast, where they got a little picture right here. So yeah, pretty much all facets of life, so like will be put into these chips. So it reads, have you been chipped? That question is set to divide millions of people in the 2020s, and perhaps billions of people in the 2030s and 2040s, which, yeah, we don't, you think they got, forever, but you don't have that long. And it reads, just as the world begins to understand the many benefits of the Internet of Things, but also learns about the dark side from smart everything, including our connected cities, which we're going into, those smart cities, that's underway via the 5G, and also they speak on the 6G. They will make smart cities. Which, like I said, they make it easier for them to hold the connectivity of microchip implants being placed in you. So it reads, we are now on the cusp of small chips causing major new privacy disagreements. As individuals try to grapple with the privacy and security implications that come with the Internet of Things, big data, public and private sector data breaches, social media sharing, GDPR, a new California privacy law, along with data ownership and right to be forgotten provisions, along comes a set of technologies that will become much more personal than your smartphone or cloud storage history, right? Get ready for people to ask you to place microchips under your skin for a wide variety of reasons, and we understand that this is prophecy. Why are implanted chips so controversial? What is at stake? How can such a small thing affect so many people? What leads me to proclaim that implanted chips will become the next big privacy debate? Short answer. Implanting chips in humans has privacy and security implications that go well beyond cameras in public places, facial recognition, tracking of our locations, our driving habits, our spending histories, and even beyond ownership of your data. So, like I said, these chips are gonna have everything integrated within them. So, like I said, they're gonna pretty much know your every move, everything, your feelings, everything. You know, and that's one of those main reasons why they want you to take the vaccine, so they can, pretty much disconnect the God gene within the pineal gland to the Most High. So it goes on to say, this topic touches upon your hand, your heart, your brain, and the rest of your body, literally. This new development is set to give a very different meaning to hacking the body, or biohacking. While cyber experts continue to worry about protecting critical infrastructure and mitigating security risks that could harm the economy or cause a loss of life, implanted chips also affect health, but add in new dimensions that conflict with people's religious beliefs. So, if you go there and say, hey, man, it's against, which, honestly, incisions and this whole mark of the beast in itself is against the law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why we're commanded not to get it. And like I say, even incisions, going back to Leviticus 19. So it says, let's explore the good, the bad, and the possible ugly implications that come with microchip implants. Background on implanting microchips in your body. First, as background, we initially explored this implanted chips topic last year in this piece about employees at the Three Square Market, a technology company in Wisconsin, who had a small chip injected in their hands for security convenience. So they actually had a chipping party up there. And it says, Reaction to this news was all over the map, with headlines ranging from positive stories about the dawning of a great new era to Big Brother privacy concerns to fears that biblical prophecies are about to come true. And that's right. Biblical prophecy has been becoming true, a lot, especially, in the previous years and ultimately, this year 2020, the year of prophecy. Biblical prophecy has been happening every single day, you know. But we know for most people, that are not in the, in this truth, they can place here and there some prophecies that hasn't came to pass yet. Because of course you can read something and you'll see that, like I said, the mark of the beast. That scripture. Of course, you can read that, but like I said, you don't understand why it's actually going to happen. You don't understand why. The main reason is for ultimately for this man to be try to fulfill his enterprise and ultimately be rooted out of power, and then to usher in the kingdom of Jacob. The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But going on, it says many more articles have been written on this topic since my first article in July 2017. USA Today came out in August of 2017 with the headline, "You will get chipped eventually." Here's a quote. "This would go beyond paying with your smartphones. Instead, chipped customers would simply wave their hands in lieu of Apple Pay and other mobile payment systems. The benefits don't stop there. In the future, customers could zip through airport scanners, sans passport or driver's license, open doors, start cars, and operate homes, automation systems, all of it if the technology pans out with a simple wave of a hand." Now, so some hear that, they be like, "Oh, that's a convenience." Some go, they'll go for it. But we ultimately know of the household of faith. The house of David, man. Lord willing to be of that number, we're not gonna take it. Lord willing to, Yahweh Shall Shai put the spirit on us not to do so. It reads, "The Atlantic offered an article in September 2018 describing why you're probably getting a microchip implant someday. The article focused on how microchip implants are going from tech geek novelty to genuine health tools. See, they're going to say it's going to help your health. And you might be running out of good reasons to say no. Three Square Chip says that its medical RFID implants will be powered by body heat, and McMullen's plans to develop a single piece of hardware to aid patients with a wider range of conditions could make the chip more affordable than devices with more specialized and limited functions." Well, hey, look at that. It's going to be pretty much how they're saying it's going to function off your body heat. So as long as you're alive, they're going to be able to track your movements, whatever you do, wherever you go, everything. So it says, if you receive it. So say many heart patients right now, the only time they know they've got a problem is when they're when they're in the back of an ambulance. McMullen says. The company estimates that it will be selling chips capable of tracking a wearer's live vital signs in a little more than a year. But a few other developments will come first. Remember, this article it says 2018, so guarantee you those improvements, those developments are already in place. It says McMullen hopes that people will soon consider storing their medical information on encrypted RFID chips. And the group is also working on a way to make GPS-enabled chips available as an option for families to track relatives suffering from severe dementia. See that's where they get you. They think the GPS is just to track the elderly, with dementia and Alzheimer's and all this and that. No, it's to track everybody. So you gotta these devils, man. They crafty, they cunning. And it reads, another use for the chips that poses both obvious benefits and legitimate concerns. Second, the topic resurfaced last year with several stories like this NPR article on how thousands of Swedes are inserting microchips under their skin. More than 4,000 Swedes have adopted the technology, with one company, Biohacks International. And now, go look at Sweden now, it's way more than 4,000. Like, they're the whole country. And it says, dominating the market. And they also said for them having those chips, the crowd royale has not been affecting them that much. So hey, that may be one of those reasons why they push it. It's gonna be many reasons, but you know how he is. They say the chipping firm was started 5 years ago by Johan Osterlund, a former professional body piercer. Of course, it says after spending the past 2 years working full time on the project, he is currently developing training material so he can hire Swedish doctors and nurses to help take on some of his heavy workload. Third, the topic became heated again after this recent article in the Guardian UK went viral titled alarm over talks to implant UK employees with microchips. The article described how the Trade Union Congress is concerned over tech being used to control and micromanage people, which it will be used to do so. For a brief time this month, implanting chips into your body became the number one topic of discussion on LinkedIn globally. An article that I posted received more than 30,000 views and well over 100 comments, mostly appalled by the practice of implanting chips, at least for convenience. Fourth, there have been numerous articles over the past year describing medical advances, potentially even cures for various diseases, which may come by implanting microchips in humans in various ways. Here are three examples, and they say BVT successfully restores vision with its bionic eye. Can a brain implant treat Alzheimer's? It might just be placebo. New implants could treat type 2 diabetes without needles. So, they, like I said, they're going to convenience this thing. They're going to make it seem like this is the next outbreak in, technological health services. It's going to help you, improve everything. And we understand, man, you get that, man, you are going to be destroyed. Point blank, period. It says implants offered as an optional improvement, right? But medical necessities aside, would you pay to receive a chip implant if it offered some other optional medical enhancements for your body? Other research, which started as a deep brain stimulation as a treatment for Parkinson's disease, now suggests that chip implants can boost your memory. See, they're gonna, oh, you're gonna, you want to be, like I said, the whole Internet of Things. Oh, you'll be able to play a movie, from your eyeball in your head, your hand. Like, they said it's gonna boost your memory. So, a lot of people who want to be able to do so-called, futuristic type things, well, this is what you'll be leading towards, and ultimately, like I said, you're going to lead towards your destruction. It says, or what if a chip implant offered the convenience of embedding a smartphone in your body? This Allure.com article suggests how. So, for the sake of time, like I said, been going on, we're going to just stick to this. It says, Chris Harrison, a professor of computer science at Carnegie Mellon University's Human Computer Interaction Institute, has been working on a similar idea since 2009. People want to do more sophisticated things on mobile phones, and the industrial answer seems to be, let's put bigger and bigger screens on them, he says. That only works up to a point. Why don't we just forget the screen entirely? Why not use the skin? Instead of the 3.5-inch iPhone, why not have the 20-inch arm bone? So Harrison created OmniTouch, also in collaboration with Microsoft, a device worn on the shoulder that will project your phone interface onto your palm. A depth-sensitive camera picked up when and where you tapped on your skin, so the projection reaction with it. The intervention of smartphones enabled the creation of all these ideas and apps and services. Imagine what will be like for your body, Harrison says. So yeah, they try to encourage it. I'm gonna look into that. What's it called? OmniTouch? I'm gonna look into that, Lord willing. So it says, looking back a few decades, I remember watching the TV show The $6 Million Man. The opening phrase is still appealing. We can rebuild him. We can make him better, stronger, and faster. And that's what they're doing with those, they got the super soldiers in various countries and stuff like that. That's what they're doing. They probably implanting them and, sticking them with all types of nonsense that's, just all types of madness that you're not supposed to, receive within your body. Let's see, why not? We just gonna knock it out the rest. Salaki for the time. It says a few good privacy questions. There are many intriguing stories about the potential dark side of implanted microchips. Wired magazine described mind games, the tortured lives of targeted individuals. Here's the final paragraph from that piece. Once she loved technology, shaping and molding it, playing with data in the back end of a website. When the targeting first began, she even considered the ways the technology could do good. What if, for instance, the chip inside your head could teach you to speak new language? But she quickly learned that it wasn't there to teach her, it was there to hurt her. It was permanent and it would change her forever. And ultimately, that main hurt that's going to happen to you is when your ass, especially when you get that, you get burnt up by the missiles. If you make it to that point after receiving the chip, that's going to hurt. You're going to be melted. So it says, in this Forbes article, the author describes how the privacy debate isn't about secrets; it's about control. Quote: even if internet search yielded an accurate, fair, crowd vetted record of all human experience, which it doesn't, those records no longer belong to individuals, but rather to faceless mechanisms of social discourse and surveillance. Sure, the loss of privacy can be embarrassing or frustrating, but it's a side effect of this thornier issue of giving up control. Most of the same questions that surround cybersecurity and privacy and other disciplines apply to this microchip implant topic. Only the stakes can be even higher and more personal. Like I said, the stakes is high, it's life or death. You get that. It says, at first, a microchip implant may be pretty dumb on the scale of microchip advancements. Perhaps all the chip can do is open the door and verify your identity at work. But is this the only step one down the scary yellow brick road? Here are a few basic questions to consider about microchip implants. So we're just gonna read them through. Say, what are the benefits of implanting the chip? Well, like I say, you'll be able to buy and sell for one thing, but death is lingering after that. Is implanting chips physically and emotionally safe? No. Who owns the data on the chip? Esau Edom. Who has access to the data and when? Esau Edom and whenever he wants. Do the chips communicate somehow with outside networks? Pretty sure they do. Like I said, Intel is going to take over your personal lives and like I said, it's going to get personal with your privacy. So of course, how are chips updated when flaws are found? Who would know? Can the chips be hacked? Assuming yes, what security is in place to stop authorized access to data and manipulation of data? They say, do religious beliefs forbid the practice? No, it will not at that time. Is implanting the microchip truly voluntary? Will it still be voluntary tomorrow in 10 or 20 years? And they'll say it's voluntary, but actually, like I said, I mean, in some cases they may force people, but all they got to do is condition you. Hey, if you get this, if you don't get this, just like with the vaccine, what they may pull, if you don't get this, you can't do this. So, hey, it's pretty much going to be a condition, they're going to give you an ultimatum. So, you take that for, whatever you want. It says for what it's worth. Is the practice medically necessary? Well, going into their world of technology and improvements, they would say yes, but if you are an Israelite and you trying to seek salvation, no, it's not necessary. It says, are incentives offered to those who participate? Yeah, you'll be able to, like I said, you're going to be able to buy or sell if you do. Are penalties covered for those who don't participate? Hey, it's just to say that some shall be beheaded, so that may be a penalty, and also being ostracized, pretty much being ousted out of the society, so hey, but we depend and trust on Yahweh Shemel Shai to provide for whatever we need anyway. It's a will being chips start an exception and become the rule? Hey, trust and believe it will. Will ethical and moral processes and procedures be breached by hackers? No way to stop the bad actors once you begin. And I mean, like I said, I would hate for, like I said, if it was me, I would want my information to be hacked. But at the same time, like, hackers is the least of your worries, if you understand prophecies. It said, what laws are put in place on this implanted chip topic? And, we have yet to see. What company policies are affected? So, I mean, these are just some questions. I'm just, just answering because, whatever, for the sake of time. But for some of those questions, ultimately, don't get the microchip. Don't get this in the mark of the beast. And if you get it, you will be put to death. Don't think, oh, I'm going to get it, I'm going to take it out. No, say, whoever shall receive, and we're going to get to the scripture, you're going to die. So it says, closing thoughts. There's no doubt in my mind that we will keep coming back to this implanted chip topic over the next decade. Absolutely. More health advantages are coming, as well as technology breakthroughs that may even bring cures for some diseases by using chip implants as a part of the answer. If you are interested, I recommend reading these other articles listing more benefits and downsides of implanted microchips and explaining why the trend is set to explode over the next decade. It's a prophecy, that's why. But the questions will remain about whether these substantial implanted chip benefits are worth the privacy, security, and other risk. Expect related chip implant questions in various forms to become a top technology, privacy, and security concern in the 2020s. And will even become a hotly debated topic in 2019, which was what the year of Caragua. So yeah, that which was coined through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai through Apostle Har. So it reads, I was amazed at the deep emotional feelings regarding this topic that recently came through online, and this passion has grown in the past 18 months. More than any other privacy or security issue I have seen recently, implanted chips are and will be a hot button privacy topic that is not going away. True. In fact, I think it may become the number one privacy topic in the next few years. You got it, buddy. It says military leaders point out that the capabilities take a long time to develop, but intentions can change overnight. In other words, the debate will not only center on current technology solutions, but also on what you believe might happen in the future regarding the use of microchips. Salaki regarding the use of implanted chips. And we're going to read what's going to happen to you if you do. For example, will it truly stay voluntary? Like, that's what they want to know. Is it going to be voluntary or are they going to make us, like, come on, bro. They say they condition you, ultimatum. Finally, because I said it's called the hour of great, temptation, so it's going to be a test, a trial, so. Finally, since perspectives on this topic do not cut across the typical left-right divide, your personal decision on receiving the chip implant may have more to do with your trust in your doctor, your employer, your government, the technology company providing the answers, or even your religious beliefs than your political party affiliation or what a specific chip can currently do or not do. And also who we're going to trust in. We're not going to put our trust in man. We're going to put our trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. To hell with all those, your employer, your government. To hell with them. We trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. So, Salakia, if for the duration of the article, it just felt like, need to get all that out there. And ultimately, pretty much I did make mention of this scripture. So we're going to jump here real quick, Salakia. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. And what's the word of my patience? Well, the word of the Lord's patience? This truth. And patience go into suffering, so we got to suffer. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So keeping his word, suffering, having the patience in the Lord. The Lord say I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So those are the hopeful elect, you have nothing to worry about. The Lord gonna keep you from that, which shall come upon all the world. So as a majority of the world, all the world's gonna be, tested with this, but it's gonna be only so many who will go on with it. To try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, right? Yahweh Shai is coming quickly with the holy angels. Hold that fast without has. What you holding fast to? This truth, this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding. That no man take thy crown. And in this instance, a man can take your crown by what? Well, deceiving you into getting that mark of the beast RFID chip. That's how they can. So again, we gotta keep the word, the patience. We gotta, keep this truth, man. Lord willing, we be able to the hopeful elect. Now, let's get on to the main premises of the article. And this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, right? Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we understand that that mark is going to karagma, an incision, an inscription. And pretty much it says the badge of servitude to the devil, the beast. That's what they say, So pretty much what? And we understand that these devils who will be implemented this as Esau, Edom, they come after the workers of Satan. They're his children. So again, you won't be able to, verse 17 saying that no man might buy or sell, save or unless he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So if you don't get this mark of the beast, you don't get this microchip, then you will not be able to buy, you will not be able to sell, you will not be able to pretty much live within society. You're going to be ousted, and hey, and us of the household of faith, man, like scripture say, man, we shall be as pilgrims, be as pilgrims in the earth, so we may have to, like I said, be on the move and do what we got to do, be outside the cities, you never know what they may do. They may put up, signs, put up your faces, this person's wanted, that person's wanted, you never know what happened. But ultimately, we know that us, we having this truth and this understand that we are not, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord willing, we do not take the mark of the beast. It says, here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 6, which is 666, going into that barcode. All of your barcodes have the 666 on it, and they're going to put that barcode inside of that chip, which you're going to be able to use to buy or sell. Now, if you do take this, understand, death and destruction is written for. It's pretty much, look right here. Say, I guess they started putting these little titles in the blue letter. Says, doom for worshippers of the beast. So this what happens if you worship the beast, which is going into pretty much, America, NATO, and the EU. Which the image that they pretty much the actual image of the beast is the pagan Roman, empire, But this is the second leg of the Roman Empire. So it says, this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man, any woman, any child, worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, right? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. Basically, if you get this mark, and we're gonna go to it right here, you get this mark, and you are going to perish. You are going to die. Like I said, if you make it to that point at the end, you will be hit with nuclear missiles or those concentrated, laser beams, or, you could die other ways. But what here says what? This is, we're going to play it.
Strong's G 5480, Charagma. Charagma.
So say Charagma or Karagma. It says what? A scratch or etching, stamp as a badge of servitude. Servitude to who? The beast, Esau, Edom. Or a sculpted figure, graven mark. What do they say? Stamp, an imprint of mark, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, which of course we know it's many Antichrists, those who are pretty much against this truth, the scriptures, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says what? The mark branded upon horses, so that means what? You're going to be property, so you're going to be property to who? The Esau, Edom, the beast, the beast system, I'll say. So, and that's pretty much, all I have for that article and this lesson. Again, hey, we just got to pray, pray and have that hope that Yahweh Shem Yahushua will preserve us through this time, through that time period, through that hour of temptation, so that we may not meet such a fate, which will be what? He shall be burnt. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. We got, like I said, we got to confine and we got to believe and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, hey, the doors of mercy are closing. So, hey, scripture say, man, choose you this day who you will serve, right? So, hey, us of the household of faith, we're going to choose Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If not, you're going to choose this beast. You're going to choose Esau Edom, and that's going to lead to your death, doom, and destruction. So I hope this lesson was edifying to any sincere Akinwa Akwaf out there listening. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this great gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.